Now, question 4. A man applies a force of 5 newtons on a trolley full of crates on a horizontal plane. Now, the trolley experiences a frictional force of 2 newtons to the opposite direction. Now, remember, always, friction is always opposite to the direction of motion, meaning that in this case, our frictional force would be going in that direction. And remember, this person is applying a force, so our force applied would be in that direction. Now, they're telling us that force applied is 5 newtons, and our frictional force is 2 newtons. Now, we need to choose, because a force is a vector, it must have both magnitude and direction. So I'm going to choose this as positive, and my friction would be -2. Now, define a resultant vector. Now, what is a resultant vector? A resultant vector, basically, it's a single vector produced by other vectors, and it has the same effect as those vectors. Now, it, we can also make it in terms of F net, or your net force. So remember, to get your net force, you need to add all your forces. Now, let's say for this example, you would have force applied, which is positive, and you would have friction. Now, remember, F net is a vector. Now, we're saying that what is a resultant vector? So this is our resultant vector. We're saying that, okay, this is a single vector produced by other vectors. As you could see, this F net is produced by these two vectors. Now, and it has the same effect as those vectors. Now, why are we saying that? If here you get 70, also this would be equal to your F net, meaning that your F net would also be equal to 70. So basically, these two would have the same effect, right? So now, answering the preceding question, calculate the resultant of the two horizontal forces acting on the trolley. Now, these are the two forces, right? We need to calculate our resultant force, which is our F net. I've already written down the formula. Our force applied is going to be positive, and our friction is going to be negative. This is our only two horizontal forces we have. Now, force applied, remember the vector your force, it must have both magnitude and direction. As I've said, this is going to be positive, right? And minus your friction, because why it's going in the opposite direction, -2. Now your F net would be 3 newtons. In this case, I can say to the right. Let's say this person is going to the right, I can say to the right because I found a positive value, the right. Or you could say in the direction of motion. If you found a negative value, you would have said 3 newtons to the left, or 3 newtons opposite to the direction of motion, right?